put that phone down. You on camera. I'm joking. Not that on camera. When I saw you and James on Sunday at the DC meeting, man, poor James, he lost his voice for real. You want to talk to me about the Giants? What's up, man?
You know, I gotta agree with James. I don't yell at the TV very much. I'm pretty calm, especially when I'm watching sports at home. But I don't think I've ever yelled at a player through a TV more than I've yelled at James Hudson. I mean, that was just ridiculous. I don't think I was cussing him out after 2 penalties, and after 4, I was just speechless. It was just ridiculous. And credit to Marcus Bowe, because he came in and he really picked it up, and it was a great all-around game for the offense. But wow, I don't know how James Hudson has a job right now.
Yeah! Fire! What?
Insane. I saw the Twitter feed. It was like, Elite Neighbors did the night Sally a little too early. It was like, you know what, to be fair, I don't think anybody expected what was coming after that, but like, I don't know.
Shane Bowen, just a train wreck of a defensive coordinator. You have so much talent. You've put money into it. You've put draft capital into it. And it's just the least creative defense that you could possibly play. It's the softest zone that you could possibly play in a situation where you know if they get to the 50, they're going to win. People were like, we still got the rest of the schedule ahead of us. And I just look at the schedule and say,
there are ways we could lose all of these games. Yo, I'm telling you. I mean, I thought we might be able to get one off the Cowboys, but now we can't do that. So it's just like,
I'll tell you what, we have an 0-2 matchup against the Chiefs coming up.
That's Sunday Night Football. Oh my goodness, Sunday Night Football
there is discontent brewing, especially when you have a 4th-year coach who hasn't won since his first year. It's hard to stay engaged as a player, even if you are making that much money. It's just human nature. So something's going to have to change, whether it's Bowen, whether it's Dable eventually. The Giants still like to fire coaches in season, but
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure for like the last couple of years, it's been like a rotating door of like personnel and management. It's just like, like, how are you supposed to like, I guess, build like a culture if like the guy who's running is like going to get replaced or going to get fired? But like, listen, all I gotta say, on Sunday night, one of those teams is walking out 0-3, and I have a feeling it's not gonna be the Chiefs. Week 3 was crazy.
Some of it was crazy. I did watch the Eagles rants, but it was a crazy week.
I don't know how did they sell? I don't know how they sold, bro.
No.
I saw like the first quarter and the fourth quarter, and I think the Rams honestly have a better team, but it's just something about Philly right now. They kind of have like a mojo to them, you know what I mean? They kind of just have a vibe there where they kind of feel like they can't lose. I think when you have that kind of vibe around the locker room, I think it just makes it really hard to beat a team like that because they have total confidence in themselves.
The Falcons getting shut out by the Panthers.
Oh yeah, no, that was great. I started the Falcons defensive fantasy, so it was a really exciting game. No, I think.
Hey, Sway Lee, hear me and hear me good. I'm here to double down. That is a 2-pack of ass. The are you talking about? That stinks.
I think Carolina's a lot better than a lot of people give them credit for. Bryce Young still has a chance to be a really good quarterback. They're putting together a better receiving core a little bit. I think that their defense has some pieces, so I don't think they're there yet. I don't think they're contenders, obviously. But I think compared to where they were last season, especially 2 years ago, it's a much better squad.
Cowboys and the Bears.
Louis belt straight to ass. Dak cannot complete a pass. CeeDee Lamb been playing trash. Man, how long is this going to last?
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a big Dak Prescott fan. I think Caleb Williams, though, is the real storyline. I mean, we've seen Dak go up and down, but Caleb, this is his first real big showing at the NFL level, and I think that this is something that Bears fans have been waiting for.
Dak, man. I'm pretty sure he's still the highest paid quarterback in the league, right? That's all that.
Already last season, we saw them as a team that was on the that was trending downwards. But I just think that when you trade away a player like Micah Parsons, you're kind of conceding that you don't really believe in the roster, because Jerry Jones isn't getting any younger. They had the cap space to pay Micah Parsons if they wanted to. And so I really think what you're looking at is the current team cares about the cap, but if they really think that they have a chance to win a Super Bowl and that they're Super Bowl contenders, they're going to sacrifice 2-3 years down the line for that one season. because they know how important it is to take every chance. Just with the turnover in the NFL, players are only around for so long. You have a guy who you think is a franchise quarterback. You have one of the best receivers in the league. Your defense is still pretty good. It's trending downwards this year, we've seen, but coming in, especially with Micah Parsons, would have been a pretty good defense. And then trade him away. So I think what you're kind of seeing is they're just admitting that they didn't really feel that they had the roster to compete for a championship this season. I think Trayvon Diggs, whether you like the style he plays or not, he makes impact plays. And I think that, they lost some pieces, but I think with any defense that has Micah Parsons has a chance to be competitive, especially when you just look at how big of a game changer he can be. And now when you look at the defense, you're right. I mean, back-to-back just horrible showings. They're all right against Philly, but they haven't been great this year. But if you add Micah Parsons into that equation, I think you'd be seeing a much better defense to go along with a really solid offense. And I think by trading Micah Parsons,
You want to talk about the Chiefs and the
This is trash.
what more could you have expected? It kind of sums up what the Giants have been for the last 2 or 3 seasons. Before the game, Graham gets hurt. Where have I seen that before? Russell Wilson, it's an inability to stay in the pocket, stay patient, and throw over the middle of the field. So you're taking that away, and when you're shutting off a guy like Neighbors, like the Chiefs defense was all game, it kind of takes away that deep option. You have Slayton, who is a good player, but he's not a number 1. He's not really even a number 2. He's a good NFL receiver, but he shouldn't be getting the majority of your targets. So when they're completely eliminating Neighbors, you have no run game. Tyron Tracy got hurt, isn't having a good season. Scatterboo looks great, but again, how many carries are you going to give the guy? He's still a rookie. It's his 3rd game at the NFL. Russell Wilson just doesn't have a very good quarterback anymore. He had a great game against Dallas, and I think that extended his shelf life by a game. Well, probably if he wants a backup job, I'm sure he can get it over the next 2-3 years. But at the end of the day, you just look at the offense. It's not built to succeed, and I think that you could have really expected more. I think probably the expectations were a little higher after the Cowboys game, but that was an offense overperforming as opposed to underperforming against the Chiefs.
Now, I asked you this before we got in front of this camera, so I'm going to ask you this again, right? The Giants have benched Russell Wilson, and Jackson Dart will play week 4 against the Chargers. How do you feel?
I have mixed emotions. Anything at this point hasn't been better than Russell Wilson. He's just shown an inability to run the offense that Brian Daboll wants to run. Whether you think or not, he's done a good job coaching. I just think Wilson's not the right pick to run his offense. And maybe that's Dart. I think you couldn't go to Jameis because he's been the 3rd quarterback all year. They've clearly shown by putting a rookie as the backup quarterback what their depth chart is. They're not going to change that up just because they're trying to make a switch of quarterback. And still, you have 14 games left. Jameis is not the kind of quarterback that you try to get through 14 games. He's the kind of quarterback who 3 or 4 games, he's going to come in, he's going to be exciting, probably going to throw some picks, probably going to make some highlight plays. He might get you a win or 2. But at the end of the day, he's not a winning quarterback. You kind of know what you have in him by now. So if you think Dart's ready, go ahead and put him in. If you really think that he's ready to start, I don't see a problem with putting him in.
Yeah, boy.
When I look at rankings, right, and I see the Giants ahead of some teams like the Jets, a couple other teams, I think that's wrong. I think the Giants should be 32. The defense is a really good defense. The offense is the worst in the NFL.
A 2-pack of ass.
The more I talk about it, to be honest, I get more excited for Jackson Dart, but I think that's more out of it not being Russell Wilson than it being Jackson Dart.
Ever since, we passed on the era of Eli Manning, the Giants are like, we gotta get our new Eli. They tried it with Daniel Jones, and that didn't work. I definitely think the revolving door of staff didn't help either in terms of, anybody's development. And with the Giants, it's like, if their offense is good, then their defense is trash. If the defense is good, then their offense is trash. I mean, we said it, I think last episode where, I was like, bro, the offensive line has been under construction for a decent chunk of my lifetime, so it's just like, what do you want me to do? My expectations are, to the floor regarding the Giants anyway, because, I'm not, I can't set them too high because they will always let me down. You know what, Jackson Dart, I'm going to say, you got it, white boy. It's literally everybody on Giants Twitter is literally save me, white boy, save me. Nobody believes in you, all right? What are you prepared to do about it? Don't let nobody come into your house, take your meal,
The Yankees are supposed to match up with the Red Sox for the wild card series, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I gotta keep my expectations real. Unless some bullshit happens, I don't think.
I wouldn't count the Yankees out of the AL East yet either. I mean, I think it's one game now, maybe two, but
The Yankees are like a game behind. I mean, listen, if they manage to win the AL East, sure, okay. But But if they don't and they end up in that wild card series against Boston, I don't know. I mean, listen, hey, they could make history by actually winning a playoff series against a team not from the AL Central. They haven't done that since 2012, 2014.
when you look at the matchup between the Yankees and Red Sox, you don't want to go to a third game because Fried and Crochet, that's a toss-up. They're both really great pitchers having really great seasons. Crochet hasn't been as good as of late, and Fried's really hit his stride late in the season, really figured it out. Had a rough patch in the middle, but really figured it out. And I think Rodon is better than Giolito or Brian Bayo, whichever one you throw out. So then you're kind of looking at that game 3. Cam Schlittler had a really great rookie season. Don't want to discount that. Maybe it's Luis Gil come back strong from injury. But one of the two out of Giolito or Brian Bayo is going to go in that third game. And they both had really great seasons for the Red Sox. The Red Sox have 3 really great starting pitchers. Where the Yankees, I think they have one of the best 1-2 punches in the league, but they don't necessarily have that third starter that I'm super confident in.
Pitching is often the weak point of the Yankees. It's like pitching and then your defense, and it's just like when you put those two together in a 3-game series, I don't trust you. I really don't.
Yeah.
The Yankees literally swing for the fences. If that ball does not leave the fence, we got problems.
Aaron Judge has turned into one of the best all-around hitters in baseball. So you have a guy that, beyond just the home runs, is really one of the best contact bats in the game now, too. Cody Bellinger offers you something in that, and I think that it's a more well-rounded lineup than we saw a year ago.
Because I understand not everybody's going to be hot 100% of the time, but, you cannot get shut out by, at least do something, you know what I mean? It's like,